Yes, it was a very good thing that I was wearing a mask. So there's so much more that happened, guys, and I can't possibly recount everything right now, but I want to start taking your questions. What questions do you guys have? And I'm going to be I'm going to be doing so many articles. Again, guys, if you want to follow along, hang on. If you want to follow along with my reporting on this, head over to my Substack, which is Karlyn, KARLYN.substack.com. Make sure you sign up, at least subscribe for free. I'm going to be dripping out the content and the articles, like basically as quickly as I can get them done, because there's a lot of content that I have to shift through, to be honest. And there's so many stories to tell. I mean, there's so many stories to tell from this conference. So many. But you can subscribe to the Substack. I'm gonna break it all down. I'm gonna tell you guys what's going on. I'm gonna share things, and I'm really trying to do this, guys, in an ethical way. I'm not pulling things out of context. I don't want to do gotcha moments. I want to share what these people actually think, so that you can process what's really going on. I'm not doing clickbait bullshit. This is real. I'm not taking people out of context. I'm showing you what they said, and so you can decide for yourself what you're comfortable with. But this is all going to get reported on my Substack, and so make sure you sign up there if you want to keep in touch. A New Wrinkle on the Brain podcast asks, how can we find local socialism events? Okay, so here's the thing, guys. I'm going to teach you guys how to infiltrate these conferences, because it's getting too dangerous for me to do it. Okay? I can never go back to this conference again. I can never do this again. And I know that. This is like, I shot my shot, I took my shot, and it paid off. I have a lot of stuff to show you, but I can never do this again. I will get my ass beat. And so what I need to do is I need to train other people to do this. Do not just show up at a socialist event when you have done no prep work. I cannot emphasize this enough. This is not something that you can just show up and do. If you have not been watching Socialism Saturday, start watching Socialism Saturday. Go into the archives. I've got a full year worth of episodes. Go into the archives, start watching Socialism Saturday. If you can't do it live with us on Saturdays, do the replay, whatever it is, because in order to successfully infiltrate a socialist event, you need to understand their language, and you need to train yourself to sit through their presentations without reacting, and you need to learn what they believe, because there are a lot of misperceptions, because conservative influencers have lied to you. There are a lot of misperceptions about what these people think and what they believe. And in order to successfully infiltrate an event and not stick out like a sore thumb, you need to understand who they are and what they really believe. Not the bullshit, not the clickbait, the real deal. And you need to learn how to speak their language, and you need to learn about their culture. One of the reasons I was able to successfully infiltrate this event is not only that I know how to speak like them, but that I know how to dress like them. I know how to look like them. I know how to walk like them. I know how to talk like them. I know how they interact in their spaces. It's not the same as conservative spaces. You can't just show up and like you're going to stick out like a sore thumb, okay? So I'm going to break down how to do this. And before I tell you how to find socialism events, I'm going to teach you how to do it, okay? But for right now, come to Socialism Saturday and start training. Socialism Saturday was my training ground. I couldn't have sat through 3 days of socialism presentations had I not watched it at least once a week for a full year. You learn how to sit your butt down, listen to the boring parts. You learn how to pick out the things that are important. You learn what they actually believe. You learn what the language means, because socialists don't speak English. Socialists speak in code, okay? It sounds like English, but it's not English. So we can talk about that, but I want to make it very clear. I don't want anyone just showing up at a socialist event where you are not prepared for it. Please don't do that. You will get your ass beat. You will get in trouble. They will kick you out. They will be able to sniff you out 1.5 miles away. You have to prepare for this if you're seriously going to do it. Well, I want people to go to conferences and I want more people to do this, but I'm just begging you guys, please do not do it unless you prepared for it. I do not want anyone to get the shit kicked out of them because they're copycatting something I did and you haven't prepared for it. Because remember, I prepared for this for a full year. I did massive amounts of homework to be able to prepare for this. So I want to teach you guys how to do it, and I'm happy to help people do it. Did they define the bourgeois family is the biological nuclear family? Let's see. I'm just scrolling through the chat. I would not start attending their events until you've watched Socialism Saturday and you know how to speak their language. I would not start doing that. Guys, listen. Socialists do not speak normal English. Socialists speak in code. So if you just start going to their events and you don't have the context for it and you don't know how to speak their language, you're not going to understand what you're hearing. And it's going to be more difficult for you. I know people don't like preparing, but you've got to listen to Socialism Saturday to learn the language. That's like the best answer I have.